This is Sound Off 60.
I want to make sure that the best team is the champion.
Yeah.
I want to play,
And that's key.
if that tournament comes up with this is the best team, I'm for that.
Southwest Louisiana's premier sports talk television show.
With me, without me. All
That
right.
might be the dumbest argument we've ever had.
You
I
are
like the
the
way he
most
does that.
idiotic imbecile if you thought that argument did not have merit. Look, did not.
All right,
McCarron.
So you're talking about my LSU quarterback?
Yeah.
What you put
with me, without me.
Sound Off 60 is presented by Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. And by Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort. Here are the boys, Rick, Scooter, and Kevin.
March is indeed a maddening month, gentlemen. They don't call it March Madness for nothing. A lot of
No
upsets
doubt.
to go around, Mr. Hobbs. We'll get into that and a whole lot of basketball. Welcome back, Mr. Guidry.
Glad to be back.
Thoughts and prayers for you and your family.
Appreciate
once
you
again.
and
We
my
talked
buddies,
about the
man. You and
passing
Scooter
of your-
both.
Of your dear mother.
Great
I
lady.
guess over a week.
She
So
was.
again,
Yes.
Yes.
glad to have you back in the saddle.
Glad to be
Mr.
back.
Hobbs, fresh from.
Can I tell him what I said last
from
week?
Pittsburgh.
Before
Go
we
ahead.
go about his mama?
Oh yeah.
I said I'm gonna miss Kevin every time we get a little too risque on here.
Yeah.
I always say, "Hey, my mama watches
I
this
always
show."
say that, Scooter. You're
Well,
right.
You know what I told Rick? I said, I got news for Kevin. His mama's watching him every minute of every day now.
Now,
You're
yeah.
so right, Scooter. You're so right. You are so right.
Good advice there, Mr.
Yes, it
Guidry.
is.
Good
I
advice
definitely will
indeed.
take
Welcome,
that, too.
boys and girls, to another round of Sound Off 60 from Jack Daniels here at Lauberge
Yes.
Casino. Great show lined up. Let me lay down the guests coming in tonight. McNeese Cowgirls head basketball coach Brooks Donald Williams will be up shortly to talk about the Cowgirls and a good year that they had. Also, assistant parish administrator for Calcasieu Parish, Dane Boland.
Yes.
First time ever on our
Yes.
show.
Yeah.
We are going to crack the Pandora's box of conflict, I think, over this ongoing brouhaha between the American press and Burton Coliseum. Now, I say the American press.
Boy.
Let me say, it's Jim Gazzola. It's not really the American, it's
but
Jim
I kind of
Gazzola.
agreed with him on the air last
Okay,
week.
so
I
it's
haven't
the
written
American
anything
press. But
about
no,
it.
it's Hobbs and
I mean, I
Gazzola.
wouldn't say it's a tirade.
No, it's a tirade.
Okay, maybe with Gazzola.
Anyway, we're going to have a lot of fun because
Yeah.
I think maybe in the middle part of this panel is not so in favor of Burton Coliseum and the basketball facility that it is. Kevin and I on the outer side think it's a great facility. So we got Dave
Yes.
Boland coming in tonight to respond to a little bit of Jim Gazzola's criticism of last week, because Jim was on the show last week.
Yeah, Jim
and he
was,
didn't mince words.
Jim
All
was
right,
pretty
I'll
harsh
play-
about
I'll play
my
Jim.
about
You can
Burton
play
Coliseum.
Jim.
He was
Something
pretty
tells
harsh
me
about
Mr.
my Burton
Boland's not
Coliseum,
gonna
though. He
mince
was.
words, so it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
That'll be later on in the show. All right, we'll kick it off with basketball, of course. NCAA. Guys, here it is. It's in black and white,
Yeah.
and yellow and red. You know,
How you doing?
it was really
I was
bad
done after
from
the
day
first week.
one
I was
on.
done.
It's ugly
was
on
done.
this side in the east and the south.
Yeah.
But when in totality, I'm like 68%, guys. I got 11 of 16 out of the
bad.
Sweet 16.
No.
That's Las Vegas bookie numbers. if you ask
but
me.
the thing is, Rick,
68%.
you know what? When you
It's
look
right
at
there.
it,
And I saw a little bit, but I was in Pittsburgh.
Lovely
covering-
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, but Pittsburgh is nice.
No, I'm sure it is.
But I was in Pittsburgh, and we were, I guess we couldn't get home till Saturday after LSU lost Thursday, but a few of the writers that cover LSU, we were out eating, and it hit us. It said, the worst way to keep up with the NCAA tournament is to cover it.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that. I covered a few,
Yeah.
and you're exactly right on that.
I mean,
hit
if
it right
you're
on the head.
there at one arena,
Yeah.
you kind of know what happens in the other games
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
But
You're a little bit lost. All right.
can I get off track one more
Well, I
time?
want to go.
I'm sure we got
LSU.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Coolest thing about Pittsburgh,
What?
at the airport, they have a statue of the Immaculate Reception.
yeah,
Really?
Franco
That's not
Harris.
Really,
I saw that,
I don't
Scooter.
think
Never
it's
seen- I didn't
really
know
a
that.
Yeah.
statue. It's like between these escalators that come down,
The
like
stairways
going
that
toward
go up.
baggage claim. But I don't know if it's a statue or a mannequin, because it's wearing an actual Steelers uniform, but picking up the ball and
Yeah.
inch off the turf.
So it's not like a statue of Franco Harris.
Well,
A
I mean,
sculpt-
it's
No,
Franco
it's a
Harris.
sculpt.
Well, no,
It's-
because he's got a real Steeler uniform on.
Right.
I guess it's a mannequin, but
kind of cheap. If you're going to
Yeah.
do it,
Well,
do
I
a
was in
sculpture.
Chicago. I know what Scooter's talking about.
Do a
I was in
sculpture.
Chicago
But
two
it's cool.
2 years ago.
It really is
I've never
cool.
seen it.
I think him having the actual Steeler uniform.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's great. Now outside the arena, they had the beautiful statue, real statue
Oh,
of
okay.
Mario Lemieux.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Kevin.
But no, I know exactly what Scooter's talking about. I was in Chicago, not Chicago, Pittsburgh 2 years ago. And when you come up the stairs and the elevator's right there in the stairs, you see him right there picking it off the turf and everything. And it's, to me,
They say it's been there for years.
It's been there for years.
I've been at Pittsburgh Airport one time.
It's the first thing
before,
you see when you come
and
into the
I don't
airport.
remember seeing it.
yeah,
But,
it's been there for a while.
And that'd
Well-
be hard to miss. But go ahead.
Maybe later on in the show, I'll
God.
challenge you. You probably know by now, but you know, Pittsburgh is known as what? Three Rivers. They got the old Three Rivers.
Yeah.
Do you know what the Three Rivers are?
I used to, Rick. I used to know.
That's all I remember.
I used to know the rivers, Rick.
Montahaga.
I used to know what they are.
What the hell is
And
that?
they merge and turn into the Ohio.
Oh, so
Well-
it's the Ohio?
Yeah,
The Montahaga.
and the
You say something Mohegans or something like that?
might be.
Yeah.
It starts with
And
an
the
E.
Now-
Allegheny, right?
now-
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
You got
that's
it.
right.
Okay.
Now, the one thing that I had a chance to do when I was there was ride the trolley car
I didn't do that.
up the mountain.
Oh, really?
Pretty nice.
do that.
Pretty nice.
Okay,
Pretty
well,
nice.
now we got this tourism travel.
Scooter
segment
started me,
over
so
with.
I just kind of went.
Hotel where we
I just
stayed
kind of
is
went
this
with it, you know.
Very modern area.
Are we going
all
to
of
talk
it
about
pretty
LSU
new.
basketball?
All of, we got next segment to do.
No,
just-
not really.
I
We
just-
don't. This is it. LSU
But
basketball.
anyway,
first round.
they just totally leveled where all the
Yeah.
steel mills used to be.
Yeah.
And it looks like a Disney.
But the biggest
area.
thing there, Scooter, you should have had a chance to go see was the Veterans Museum. Did you go see that?
No,
Huge,
I was
nice.
working.
Guys,
Okay.
I'm trying.
Just saying,
I'm
Scooter's
really
putting it out there.
trying
I'm
to
just
get
commenting
the
on it,
sports
man. I was there
show
2 years ago.
on sports.
It's a nice place, Chicago. I keep saying
Do you
Chicago.
really
Pittsburgh
wanna
is really
talk
nice.
about
Travel and
LSU?
Leisure Channel. all
No,
of a
no,
sudden.
no.
Do you
Look.
really want to talk about LSU
They
and
got
Pittsburgh?
2 minutes. We got 2 minutes to talk about LSU.
Well,
That's
we
it.
got another
And let me
segment.
let me say
we're not. This is
one
it.
one more thing, Rick.
This is the
else you got
LSU
to-
segment.
But one thing that Scooter didn't get a chance to see too, but that I found was pretty amusing out of
He
all of the
likes
stadiums.
Pittsburgh.
But wait, let me tell you the real fun thing. Rick, there's
ahead.
actually a museum inside the stadium that you can see of all the
I didn't
great
go to
people.
the stadium.
Yeah, Heinz, it's a pretty small field. Heinz Field is a pretty small
gives-
field.
who cares?
I'm just saying, if
Who
you ever get a
cares?
chance to go to Pittsburgh, definitely go to Heinz
this
Field
is
and
stuff-
look at the
this is
museum.
stuff you need
It's
to hear
it is
about.
the neatest thing ever, man.
They also
Seriously.
have-
Dome has a museum. For
Well,
the
not like
Saints.
that. No, not like that. This is it's
Of what?
nice. Of all the
Of ketchup?
no,
What? It's a museum
of
on
all
ketchup.
the players that's gone through there and all the Super Bowls.
They won a
New
few
Orleans
Super
doesn't
Bowls.
have that. It's pretty nice. I just thought,
There is also.
This is the most frustrating and
I'm just
ridiculous
saying, Rick.
opening
Got right,
segment
man.
of our show ever.
And if that doesn't float your boat, they have the Andy Warhol Museum.
Oh,
And
that's my favorite. Andy Warhol.
apparently he
Okay.
grew up in Pittsburgh.
all right, dude.
Thank you for the history lesson.
I just wanted to put it out there for the fans that were
LSU
watching.
lost in the first round of NC
We'll get to
State.
that.
They
no,
did.
We'll get to that.
But let
No,
me
we-
ask this.
yes, we will.
Let me
What
ask
else
this.
we
And
got
this
to talk
and
A
this
lot,
and
if we
this
can
is
ever
my
get to
thing.
it.
And Scooter was there, but how
More on
frustrating?
Pittsburgh?
No.
Okay.
LSU. How
No, we don't have
frustrating?
time is out.
But
We
how?
have no
we don't-
time.
What? No, we do. LSU. How do you lose a 6-point? And Scooter can tell me later about that. How do you lose a 6-point lead when you pretty
16.
much 16-point lead?
16-point lead.
16-point lead.
Now that was a whole half. For
To it.
16.
But the
Lord.
thing is,
We gotta
guys,
go
look.
break.
Maybe we'll ask.
I'm cutting them
I
off.
want to talk
We
some more
gotta
about that
go
when we get
break.
back. I want to talk about that when we
That
get
was
back.
the most, I'm serious. That
No,
was
seriously.
the most ridiculous
Six-
first segment we've
No,
ever
it was,
done.
but Scooter brought it up, so we
I
just
thought it was fun.
Nobody
we just ran
in the
with
area
it.
goes, nobody in this
Probably
part of the
not.
state goes to Pittsburgh.
Probably
They
not.
should.
Except you.
Probably
should.
not.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Okay.
I was there 2
Beautiful.
years ago.
You and
Probably
Terry
not.
Bradshaw. We're out of time. A 2-minute break. When we come
All
back,
right.
we'll try to get on LSU.
We will talk
Coming
about
up,
LSU.
Cowgirls head basketball coach Brooks Donald-Williams. We'll have her. What we're gonna see. We're gonna have to hold now another segment. Okay. Brooks
Okay.
will have to wait because we got to
Okay.
talk about LSU.
Okay,
Sorry,
we'll do
Brooke.
that.
Yeah. In 2, we're coming right back.
Sound Off 60 is brought to you by Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. And by Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort.
Miller invented light beer, the original 96-calorie Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to fewer guys with beer bellies, which led to more women attracted to those guys. which led to dates, second dates, wedding bells, and honeymoons, which led to Hubbada Hubbada, boom, which led to you. Miller Lite, we invented light beer. And you're welcome.
Hi, we're the Tarvers with Tarver Ford. We just finished a fantastic year in 2014, and we're so excited about everything that's going on around us. But we're not going to take your business for granted, so in 2015, we're starting out with a bang.
Falling gas prices and a booming economy in our area are making your dollars go further than ever. We have a brand new redesigned F-150, and with 0% financing available on all our new car models, a new Ford could be in your future more affordably than you might think.
So come see us today at Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business.
On or off the field, training and experience matter. As a board-certified and fellowship-trained surgeon, Dr. Brett Cassio has the training and experience to help you get back in the game. Award-winning research, the latest orthopedic techniques, right here at home. Cassio Sports Medicine.
What is it about Luxair cooling products that deliver the comfort you've been wishing for? Is it their energy-saving performance? Those super cozy moments with loved ones? Or perhaps it's that great feeling you get in helping those wishing for a little comfort of their own. For over a decade, we've been helping deliver hope, strength, and joy to Make-A-Wish children and families at a time when they need it most. Find out how Luxair home comfort products will make you feel really good this season. Luxair, the comfort you've been wishing for.
All right, back to Jack Daniels at Lauberge Casino. I promise, no more Pittsburgh. But I will tell you about...
But we will have to revisit Pittsburgh.
Ride in style. Great Jaguar sitting on the floor here at Lauberge
That's a nice
Casino.
car.
It is. They've had a lot of nice cars.
Yeah.
This one's right up there with them.
Yeah, that's a pretty nice car.
Jaguar XJR XYZ with a number on it. It's unbelievable.
I'd be afraid to sit in that car.
Yeah.
A lot of these cars they give away.
It's pretty nice though, guys.
Get your points. You know how it works. Go to My Choice. Come to Lauberge Casino. Play more. Win more. And you got a chance to win a 2015
That's no doubt about that.
It's a Jaguar.
It's a pretty nice sports car.
Unbelievable. All right, guys.
Remember
again,
the time when they had...
I'm not going to mention the city. It's somewhere up north. LSU goes. They're a 9th seed. North Carolina State an 8th seed. Kevin ushered it in. The Tigers with a 16-point lead. They got a 10-point lead. They got an 8-point lead with maybe like 5 minutes to go in the game. Was the moment too big for the Tigers?
No, I'll say no. I'll say no.
Okay.
Right off.
Look,
I'll say
they
no.
Don't score a field goal in 10 minutes. They can't hit a free throw.
You're right.
They got a 16-point lead.
And Rick,
obviously the pressure.
And you know what?
16-point lead.
And you know what, Rick?
Was very early in the second half.
16-point lead.
The first. They led by 14 at the half and hit the first bucket of the second.
Yeah, but the thing is, in all of what we're talking about,
it was
guys,
a double-digit lead.
Yes, it was.
In the last 10
yes,
minutes.
it was.
You're correct.
But this is the thing that guys that we can talk about. But you know, it wasn't a coaching error. You've got to go through the free throw line, and you've got to make those free throws, Rick.
Now,
nothing to do with coaching.
I didn't say
you've got to make those free throws.
If you go back
you have to make them.
to the SEC championship game where LSU really choked it away, that was not Johnny Jones's finest hour. Two instances in particular. But yeah, I'm with Kevin. You know, I mean, they had decent shots. You can't get a better shot than a free throw.
You can't.
And
You got to make
ended
it.
up missing like what, like double-digit
They
misses at the
missed
line?
Yeah. Oh, they missed 12. They missed 12.
Their last 12
They missed 12.
shots
They
from
missed
the
12.
field and their last 6 free throws.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't.
And
You
then-
got to make that, Rick.
Not
I mean-
scoring a field goal in the final 10 minutes
Yeah.
roughly of the
That's
game.
just-
That's unheard of, man.
It is.
That's unheard of.
And you know, you talk, and they continue to play pretty good defense.
Defense, they
it
did.
wasn't like to blow. Let's don't say 16. Let's say over the final 10 minutes to blow. I think it was as much as 12. And it wasn't like that North Carolina State just, caught fire.
Yeah.
They still were struggling to score, but LSU wasn't scoring
At all.
Yeah. Well,
So
But-
you gradually chip away.
You chip away with a lot of time on the
even
clock.
struggling. LSU still was playing pretty good defense. NC State was able to get a few offensive rebounds, which they hadn't been able to do in the first half. They had one in the first half, I think. And we talk about and I guess it's so glaring, and the word choke comes up, because the first half might have been just absolutely as good as LSU can play.
Could have played.
You were
that
there.
That team can't play any better than
Yeah.
that.
I agree,
Yeah.
Scooter.
Yeah.
And when you look at it, and you, Rick, and you say to yourself, NC State right now knocked off the #1
Yeah.
seed,
Villanova.
Villanova.
Yeah.
And you've got to say to
that
yourself,
doesn't automatically mean LSU would have beat.
I know what you're saying.
Villanova.
I know what you're saying.
I
No,
mean, the
I know what you're
matchups,
saying.
you don't know.
The matchup's right. But
NC State to me was a weird looking team. A lot of beef,
But-
not a lot of height, but a lot of beef.
But a team that had been in some big situations in that league, they beat Duke,
Rick,
North Carolina,
but let me
and
tell you-
somebody else on the road. I
Let
mean,
me-
Louisville maybe. They've beaten some good teams
let me
on the road.
tell you the thing that they remind me of a team which is by the name of Kentucky. When you take
No, I don't
freshmen,
mind you,
but when
Kentucky.
you take freshmen, I'm talking about the depth of when you can go into your bench. Rick, there was at least 9 guys,
Yeah,
deep wise.
they did
9
have-
guys,
they did
not
have
a
some
total
depth.
10.
Right.
Like Kentucky, but 9 guys,
Okay.
Rick. 2 of them are freshmen. That's
But
your
I
2
really
leading
didn't-
scorers.
I mean, you
can't.
LSU blew that game, but I mean, you didn't come away. You sure didn't come away from the game thinking, well, the better team won.
Not at all.
I mean, and
Not
I'm
at
sure
all.
NC State can play better than they did in the first half.
In the first game. Well, they proven
in the
that.
first half.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm sure LSU would like.
I don't know,
another
Scooter.
so.
They go into round 2 and beat top-seeded Villanova.
That's-
I think
that's
what
pretty
all
strong.
I'll
LSU
say this.
That's
I
pretty strong.
watched about a half live, there.
Mm-hmm.
With Villanova, I don't even remember who they played now. The 1-16
Right.
seed.
Right.
And even though they were playing a 16 seed, after watching Villanova, there was nothing made me think either LSU or North Carolina State was going to beat Villanova.
Yeah.
But NC State beat them fairly convincing.
They did.
Was Charles Barkley off his rocker?
I don't
He
know.
came out and said, and it was I caught it at halftime.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
When LSU was up big and all those slam dunks and all those Tigers flying all
Well,
over
if
the
you
arena.
watch that half,
But was he off his rocker? He said LSU has top 10 talent. They are in the top 10 of this tournament,
Well,
talent-wise.
starting 5,
I don't-
maybe, but that's what catches up with them. Starting 5,
It's your bench.
I don't know. I'm never going to argue with Charles Barkley. He is just so much fun to watch.
He is,
I mean,
he is.
he's going to say
is.
what he thinks.
But you know what, though,
and
Rick?
he doesn't care what you
When you
think.
look at it, Rick, and you say to yourself, I think any team that goes deep into this tournament, Rick, it's a no-brainer. You've got to have folks that you can take off the bench. Kentucky will never, ever get into foul trouble.
I can
never.
see where Barkley was coming from. You got to remember, they borrow him from the tournament from his NBA coverage.
Right.
I don't know how much college basketball, and there,
Yeah.
LSU wasn't at the forefront, so there
Right,
wasn't any
right,
real
right.
reason to watch them. And if you hadn't seen LSU and you just watched the first half of that NC State game, you think
That might have been
wow,
that might have been premature.
Wow,
I
where has
Pretty
this
strong.
team
It was-
been?
If Charles
was pretty
Barkley
strong,
was
though,
sitting
Rick.
right here, I would ask him.
I'm not gonna say
are
I'm
you
against
take
him,
it
Rick.
back
No, not for
now
my
that
Tigers, Rick. Come
after
on.
you saw the second half of LSU, I mean, he'd take it.
No.
Come on,
Well,
be real.
It was pretty strong, though.
When
Pretty
he said
strong.
talent, he was looking at the starting 5, and that.
And I think he was
LSU
looking at one half of basketball.
LSU
Come
had
on, be
6
honest.
players played all but 2 minutes of
Yeah.
that game.
Look, LSU's on an upswing. They're getting
Oh, no
talented.
question.
I mean,
There's
they
no
got
doubt
talent
about it.
coming in,
There's
and
nobody-
and
Johnny Jones doing a heck of a job of recruiting.
You
He
know,
is.
Even if they lose their 2 big guys, And I think at best, maybe they keep one of them.
Yeah.
Even if they lose their 2 big guys, they've got so much talent coming in for next year.
Yeah.
I mean, this recruiting class for this year, you know, might even make Kentucky pay attention. You know,
that's one of the stories of
Well,
this
we hope,
NCAA tournament already. The quick exit of the
There's a
LSU
lot more.
Tigers. Later on in the show, we'll get into some other interesting and really some great stories with this tournament. We're down to 16.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it again.
Already.
Sarah is 11 out of 16.
It's not bad, Rick.
11 out of
that
16.
for most of the people I've heard, I
Let
didn't
me-
even do it.
let me
right
ask you, Rick,
this year.
did
But
you
for
have
most
Villanova
of what
lose?
I've heard,
No.
You didn't. No.
I got Villanova in my Final Four. I'm
Everybody,
gonna, you know.
everybody probably would have
Three
said
others
that
are a
too.
lot.
So you've lost some games that haven't been
Oh
played.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
okay.
All right. We'll take a 2.5-minute break. Coming up next, Cowgirl basketball coach Brooks Donald Williams coming up next right here. Jack Daniels. Stay right there.
Sound Off 60 is presented by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort and by Tarver Ford, Douglas Parkway in Sulphur.
Get your free American Press app today. It's all at your fingertips. News, sports, advertising, entertainment, and video delivered through your Apple or Android mobile device. Capture the informative power of the American Press, Southwest Louisiana's premier source for news and advertising. Get your American Press app today. Download it for free through your iTunes or App Store. You'll love the look and feel of our newest digital offering. The app flawlessly delivers the local news most important to you in a new, striking layout. Get your American Press app today.
Hi, we're the Tarvers with Tarver Ford. We just finished a fantastic year in 2014, and we're so excited about everything that's going on around us. But we're not going to take your business for granted, so in 2015, we're starting out with a bang.
Falling gas prices and a booming economy in our area are making your dollars go further than ever. We have a brand new redesigned F-150, and with 0% financing available on all our new car models, a new Ford could be in your future more affordably than you might think.
So come see us today at Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business.
We know it takes 21 days to brew a beer with the perfect balance of lightness and taste, because that's how long it takes to brew our beer. It's Miller time.
Welcome back to Jack Daniels at Lauberge Casino. I want to talk some Cowgirl basketball with head coach Brooks Donald Williams. Thanks, Coach, for coming in, spending some time. It's taken us a while to get you here.
She's been busy.
We've been talking to you about you for about 5 or 6 weeks.
She's been busy, though.
Hard to track down.
It's all right, though.
You know, we tried, and I understand your schedule and
Yeah.
all that, so we appreciate you coming in. It's I don't know, it's kind of bittersweet in the end. We got you here to talk about the end of the year instead of kind of ongoing games, but congratulations on the year. You didn't make the big dance, you didn't make the big postseason party, but you got the invite to the Women's Basketball Invitational. You win one, and you lose the second round over in Lafayette. Give us an idea, give us a sense of this WBI and what does it mean? What did it do for this team to just get more games in?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, Rick, I mean, the most exciting thing is you're still playing.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, honestly, your ultimate goal is always to win a conference championship and go on to the NCAA tournament. And, you know, if you can't do that, there's still only a handful of teams in the country that are playing in the WNIT or the WBI, and we were one of them. And so that's what we're certainly proud of. And I thought it was really, really good for us because we're so young.
Right.
And for those young players to get that experience in postseason, doesn't really matter what you're playing in, they got it.
Yeah, they got it. And before we kick it on to the other guys, I was there at the Furman game. I didn't know anything about Furman. Saw their schedule, saw their players, saw who they had beaten. It's a quality Furman team, and I remember thinking and talking to the guys at Press Row. This was an impressive outing for the Cowgirls, and you call it top to bottom, maybe one of your best. Tempo, it was impressive. I didn't say you ran them out the gym, but pretty close. Pretty close.
Yeah.
We did. We wore them down a little bit.
A little bit.
Number 20, their point guard, that was real. I mean, she was a first-team all-conference kid, and we wore her out.
Yeah.
I mean, Jalen really did a great job of keeping it a fast game, which was one of our goals. You know, but yeah, I think you're exactly right. That was one of our best games from top to bottom. I wish we had played that way in Lafayette too.
Yeah.
But that's the way we've kind of played all year. You know, when you have youthful teams, sometimes you have inconsistency. And but I was really proud of them in the Furman game. You know, Furman was rolling in and really was supposed to beat us. You know, they had played Chattanooga, higher seed. They had a venue conflict, I believe, and weren't able to host. So we were blessed to host.
They beat Georgia.
You know, they did. They did, and they also played Chattanooga really. They played them 3 times, and 2 of the 3 they played them really tight. And Chattanooga's been a top 20 team all year, or most of the year.
Well, you talked about how young this team was. Of course, you did have a major rebuilding this year. How did this team evolve from the start to the finish?
Yeah, you know, I mean, Scooter, I think from the jump, I mean, we really had a lot of talent. We always had a lot of talent. I mean, we had young talent, but, you know, I think most of them had to adjust to the speed of the game, the physicality, you know, because I had all freshman post players except for my one junior college transfer, Talisa Boyd, who really did well for us this year. But in the post, they really had to adjust to the physicality. And I think that's why we had an up and down, slower progression, you know, than maybe we would have if they were sophomores, like next season. You know, in the guard spot, you know, I think it really hurt us that Dee Dee Shepard got injured our second home game of the year. We were expecting her to come in and be a go-to kid, even as a freshman. You know, she was a state champ, player of the year, you know, whole deal in Louisiana. She was a great get. And she tore her ACL against Tulane at home after, you know, hitting a 3 and scoring, you know, jump shot in transition, and, you know, just looked like she was on track to have a fantastic year. So we had a different progression than maybe we hoped, but it was a good one. We had a tough non-conference schedule, which is why we played in postseason. And, you know, and just really had a good year, a really, really good year. But from start to finish, a lot of inconsistency because of our youth.
Coach, we talk about it a lot on the show, and it pertains mostly to football. In going out and getting transfers, how big of an impact can that play on your program when you can get a key person that can make a difference in your program? Do you go out looking for those girls, or is it that you try and build your program around the recruits that you get within the state or even outside the state? But how big a factor on getting those transfers can that make in your program?
Yeah, that's a great question, you know, because we really haven't had a lot of transfers come in. It's a little bit different, you know, like football at McNeese, they can come in and be eligible right away because it's a different level. You know, for us, they have to sit a year, you know, won't be eligible for you until the next year. So we're real selective about that. Now, if there's ever, you know, a big difference maker that we could get as a transfer, I mean, we do it. You know, I mean, I think it's a case-by-case basis. But, you know, traditionally, we've been builders. You know, you know, the Baga twins leave, and, you know, and I think it's very impressive that our kids have sustained a winning culture even after 2 of the best players that have ever played in this area.
Pretty tough.
You know, very, very tough, you know, with the same tough schedule and everything. But we build kids. We get them young. I really have not signed many JUCO transfers throughout my career here. You know, just a handful. You know, we maybe have 1 or 2 on our team every year, usually just 1. And we've just gotten young kids, and we build them, and we wait. We're patient. We inconsistently win when they're young, and build it for, you know, their sophomore and junior year, senior
That's pretty strong, Coach, in being that some programs go to that to actually try and build some type of winning tradition. But when you're saying that you can mold kids and keep those kids, I think that causes you to have a much stronger camaraderie between the players and the coaches when you can do that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a big family, and, you know, we want to have faith in them, and, you know, and really watch them grow as players throughout their career here.
Brooks Donald-Williams, head coach of the Cowgirls, has joined us after finishing a great year. Win round 1 of the WBI. You beat Furman by probably 16-17. You lose to UL Lafayette over the weekend in Lafayette, 63-58, some number like that. Close game. Nip and tuck. You got a chance to win it at the end with Jalen Johnson in a 3. Relive it a little bit. Good call, good situation you were in, got a good look, just came up short.
Well, I'll tell you what, first of all, how about our fan base?
Wow.
I mean, it was a sellout. We played in their small gym,
Pretty strong.
but it was still a sellout. We had more fans. I still think we had more fans. If you really look at the picture, guys.
The picture tells the story.
Give me the belt.
I agree.
No, half blue, half red, and we've got some blue up top on the red side.
She's looking.
So I really looked. I think we had more fans. No, but you know what? It was
did they play in Blackham?
They didn't. They played at Earl K. Long on campus.
And
it's
a little bit
the
smaller.
old gym.
It's a little bit smaller.
They've played it all okay long. I don't really know their history.
No, I don't think it is,
Scooter,
Scooter.
but
I don't
they've
think it
played
is.
it at Cajun Dome too. You know, they
Yeah.
play it both.
Blackham is too much of a rodeo coliseum. Nobody's going to play at a rodeo coliseum.
Well, the reason I'm gonna interject here. The reason
it's where ULL used to play before
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
were Blackham.
Yeah.
But that's not the one you're talking about.
No.
No.
This is on campus, right in the middle, the thick of their campus.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's where
I don't even know
volleyball
if
plays.
Blackham is.
I know
Really
which
small
one you're
gym.
talking about, Coach.
Only bleachers on one
I know
side.
which one you're talking about.
But the reason we could not play in Cajun Dome is because UL Lafayette now hosts a rodeo.
Yeah.
So
Wow,
there
is
you
this
go.
ironic?
Tell him,
Yeah.
Coach. Tell him
This
again, Coach. Tell him
Cajun
again, Coach.
Dome was not available. Ring that bell. They were not. It was not available because of a rodeo.
And Coach,
Yeah.
you know what? I sent some family members for the first time ever to the Houston Rodeo.
Now that's
the
big,
biggest
Rick.
in the world.
Yeah, that's big, Rick.
Yeah.
That's big.
Reliance Stadium,
Burton,
whatever the
I
heck
think,
it's
Yeah,
called.
that's big.
Multifaceted.
I went by
facility.
Burton in from the airport. I think they had a flea market going on.
They
They had
did,
a flea
Scooter.
market.
They did,
Did I
Scooter.
mention I went to Pittsburgh? Anyway,
Do not get sidetracked. Do not
well,
get
here would have been the perfect compromise, especially for you. Why
Yeah.
didn't y'all just play in Jennings?
Listen, that would have been fantastic. I actually offered to play the game in Lake
Scooter, you
Charles.
crazy.
See there?
No one agreed to that. I
Yeah.
really thought
Oh,
it
I
was a
can
great
imagine.
idea. Let's play in Lake Charles. We don't have to play
Yeah.
in little gym in Lafayette.
I agree.
Let's go to Lake
I agree,
Charles.
Coach. I totally
All
agree.
right.
But-
Don't even use the Pittsburgh word. He gets sidetracked. But,
Yeah.
and, you know, before we go, we're going to ask you about that. But anyway, against Furman, 36 points off the bench. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know what happened there.
Sure.
Baggett, Johnson, Amber Donis. Don't want to leave her name out. And then, you know, Haywood and Boyd and that whole thing.
Sure.
But next year, again, is the core of that team going to be the smaller girls out front? I say smaller girls. The front court, is that where it's, I mean, you're going to have a couple seniors, and Donis will be a junior, and then you got some more people coming off the bench. And you got to talk about this Kendra Hunnall.
Hudnall.
Have not seen
Kiara
her play.
Hudnall. She is tough.
6 foot,
She's tough.
6'1". She's playing point guard.
Well, there's a
Guard?
little bit behind
Help me
that.
with.
You know, well, when Dee Dee Shepard went down,
Right.
our girl from North Caddo, we had to move Vicky, Rochelle, and Kiara Hudnall. We were just trying to find a backup point guard for Jalen.
Right.
And, you know, I mean, Kiara really, she's one of those kids. You guys would love to coach her. I mean, she's just so fun to coach. Whatever you need, coach. I mean, out of position, a freshman. You know, and we just knew that she could do it, and she did. At times this year, she really, really helped us. So she's playing totally out of position. She really is a 3. She's a wing player. She's a go-to scorer, really talented scorer.
But her ball handling was pretty good, Coach.
It was.
She handled the ball and she drove it.
very well.
She's 6'1", guys.
Very well.
I mean, Jalen Johnson's like
And that's,
this. And then
yeah.
she comes in and she like.
Yeah.
I
That
mean,
can make a difference. I mean,
I just thought it was an interesting matchup.
Yeah, and you know what, Kevin, it did make a difference.
Oh.
It was so big because, you know, you're guarding a totally different type of kid, and then another one comes in that's just a totally different style.
Yes.
You know, so. But
So again, back to my point.
Yeah.
Is next year, is it going to be more guard centric, front court centric?
You know, I mean, we've got some really tough post players coming in. Returning. That, and we have one coming in from Dallas that we really feel like complements our style of play. I mean, we play fast, we play up tempo. We like to take post kids off the dribble because we're smaller and quicker, and still able to defend bigs inside. And we're going to stay that way, Rick. I mean, we've had so much success in our league, out of our league, playing that way, and we've got those kind of kids.
That's
and
good.
We're
That's
excited.
what works. Yeah.
Well, in our final 20 seconds, we're going to have ongoing discussion about Burton Coliseum. I mean, it's the home of McNeese basketball. Give us a synopsis of your thoughts on the Coliseum and playing there for basketball.
Well, I'm going to tell you
And
what.
I know you're going to be biased, but I still want to hear it.
It's the best place for
I am
them to play,
biased.
right?
I want
It's the best
I
place.
am completely biased because it's fantastic. You know, it really is.
There's no doubt about it.
I mean, our kids love playing there. The staff there is fantastic. I mean, just wonderful. They roll out the red carpet for our kids. They roll it out for us. All the renovations and all the things going on at Burton are just wonderful. I mean, you can't. There's no way you couldn't be happy with what's going on right now at Burton Coliseum.
But But
What's
you're
the but,
also,
Rick? What's
no,
the but?
But you're also obviously supportive of the on-campus arena that's going to be
Yeah.
constructed.
All that
Oh, well,
said,
sure.
Yeah,
if that
that's
is-
no doubt about it.
If everything you said is correct, why is McNeese building an on-campus
I have to
arena?
ask that question too, but I'm
yeah,
not.
well,
I'm not.
probably a question completely over my pay
Of
grade.
course,
But
yeah.
I mean, you know, I'll answer it. I mean, there's no question about having something right there by football and baseball and track, and makes a big difference, you know. But until then, Burton Coliseum is the best, and anybody involved with Burton
Yeah.
directly knows that. You know, it's awesome.
But to defend Coach's answer is that there are other entities that will be using that new arena on campus,
We
Rick.
weren't talking
It's
about
just not going to
other
be just
entities.
for basketball.
We were talking about
okay?
the
There-
McNeese Cowgirl.
I understand, but there will be other entities using that facility also.
Oh, I got you
Okay.
little stirred up there.
I like
Don't be
it.
coming
I
at my
like
coach.
it.
Brooks, my coach now.
Donald Williams. I don't want to put anything. Next year will be what for you? 7, 8, 9?
9.
No
I just
way.
finished 8.
No way.
Guys, I'm getting so old.
Are you serious? No
I am
way.
just
I'm
aging
thinking
so
5.
much.
I'm thinking 4 or 5 years at the most.
No.
8 years. Just finished number 8.
Congratulations. Great
Thank
year.
you.
Postseason play for the Cowgirls.
You
That's
look
gonna
so
wrap
young,
it up when we
Coach.
come
Wow.
back. Dane Boland from Calcasieu Parish Administrators. We're going to continue the Burton Coliseum thing. We're going to keep it rolling. Coming up in about 2.5. Stay right here.
We are worldwide, 365 and 24/7 at soundoff60.com.
Sound Off 60 is presented by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort and by Tarver Ford Sulphur. Back after this break.
Gold. It's the color of quality, the color of taste, the color of a true Pilsner. Let your eyes drink it in. When you want a real light beer, it's Miller time.
On or off the field, training and experience matter. As a board-certified and fellowship-trained surgeon, Dr. Brett Cassio has the training and experience to help you get back in the game. Award-winning research, the latest orthopedic techniques, right here at home. Cassio Sports Medicine.
Dig in. Because after a few icy seconds, you'll discover the light beer brewed for 21 days. And that's time well spent. When you want a real light beer, it's Miller time.
Welcome back to Jack Daniels at Lauberge Casino. We're going to continue this conversation surrounding Burton Coliseum, the ongoing criticism from Jim Gazzola, Scooter Hobbs, and the American press against Burton Coliseum. I'm not putting
Wait a
words
minute,
in
you're
your mouth.
lumping me in that?
I'm going to
He's
lump.
putting you in with him. He's
Lump
putting you in with Jim.
away. I'm
He's
lumping.
putting you in with Jim. Yes, he
I'm
is.
on this side of the panel, so I'm good
Yeah.
to lump. All right, we want to welcome Calcasieu Parish Assistant Administrator Dane Boland to the panel tonight because we want to continue this discussion. And all joking aside, Jim Gazzola, one of the editors and columnists for the American Press Force, has written several columns criticizing Burton Coliseum. The facility not good enough to host state tournaments, not really good enough for McNeese basketball, yada, yada, yada. Your response?
It's America. He
Okay.
can do those things.
He can.
He is. He's entitled
Freedom of
to his
press.
opinion.
Freedom, yeah.
However, I would argue that if you've been to Burton, it's kind of like that old commercial. Have you driven a Ford lately? Have you been to Burton lately?
Well, he has, though.
Yeah.
Has he been to Burton lately? I'll end it there. I'll take the high road on
I
this.
can promise you he has.
Yeah.
But I'll take the high road on this. Over the last 2 or 3 years, we put over $6 million of renovations to Burton in 2 years, 3 years actually.
Yeah.
And we're not going to stop with that.
Yeah.
We know that there's some things that continue maintenance, some renovations that need to be done, and we've planned for that. We want to get the big events in, we got rigging coming for concerts. We got new sound systems coming. You seen the light show we had for the top 28.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
Pretty nice.
Yeah.
I was impressed.
I'm
Pretty nice.
Okay, I'll let you
No, my
finish.
point being is we've got a lot of
And I
positive
don't
feedback.
argue that. There is a lot you can do at Burton Coliseum. My point would be, no matter what you do, just the way it was built as a rodeo arena, it is not a ideal basketball arena. Just to me, it's tough to get a basketball atmosphere in there.
Well,
it
and,
really is.
And
this is nothing against. I mean, the people that work at Burton, the Perry, your buddies with the Perry, Stan. I mean, they do what they can, but I mean, it's just there's limits. I mean, I'll go back. I'll go back to our question before. If it's such a great basketball arena, why is McNeese spending the money to build one on campus?
I think they're wrong. But go ahead, Dan. I'm going to let you respond.
I'm not going to say right or wrong. As a McNeese alumni, I do have concerns of how we pay for that down the road. I mean, that's, I do, and I've expressed those concerns. I really do. McNeese is going through huge budget cuts right now. And it's not the actual building of a complex. We know after the last 3 years of running Burton, the cost of maintaining the complex. And we're very fortunate in Calhoun Parish. The voters, almost 70% passed the ad valorem tax for renewal. And I think it's because they've seen what we've put into it over the last 3 years. And again, whether it's good for basketball or not, that's each everyone's opinion. But we have put a lot of time and effort into that complex. And is it a basketball complex now? I think so.
I agree.
I watched 50,000 folks come through Burton in 2 weeks.
Yeah, for the boys and girls.
And I will tell you, you can go in there and watch those games. It was a basketball field.
Yeah.
Okay, what is your feel about future top 28?
Okay, that's a good point. Here in the next couple of months, we're going to have to put another bid packet together for the next 2 years. The feedback that we received over the last 2 weeks since it ended, or a week or so, has been nothing but positive. From coaches, from the LHSA committee, we feel that we can compete with anybody in the state for the top 28, and we will submit a package that will compete and hopefully win both of them again. Yeah. And we're not shy. We're going to go for both of them.
Will it get ever tougher, I'm guessing, once McNeese's two teams are playing on campus? I assume that would be about the only basketball played there all year. Would it be even tougher to have a basketball court?
That'll be a question that the community's going to have to answer down the road. I think so, because we know even if McNeese moves on campus, which they are, obviously they can't host the top 28. There's not enough seating.
Right, exactly.
But I think that if the community wants it back, and I think from the attendance the last 2 weeks, they say, you know what, this is good for the community. Over 6,000 people more than last year.
And I can just kind of, piggyback on what Dane is saying. I mean, I'm in the hotel business, and we didn't have an open room those 2 weeks. The boys and girls played here in town, so there's some revenue that's being made.
Have an open
No.
room here on the weekend.
But during the week too, Scooter. I mean, they were actually throughout the whole entire week. It wasn't just the weekend. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that we can see the impact that it had on the community. For people coming in from around the state to watch their kids.
And certainly casinos here help make it an attractive.
There's no doubt, and that's my point, Scooter.
Even on the corner of the state.
That's my point.
I'll grant you that.
Yeah. That's my point. That was an entertainment venue that normally going anywhere else, they probably wouldn't have gotten for the parents.
I agree. Dane, the money, and we're talking to Dane Boland, Assistant Administrator for Calhoun Parish and the Police Jury, and talking about Burton Coliseum and the future of the facility as a basketball arena. That's what has been criticized.
Right.
Mr. Hobbs seems to forget that we just mentioned that Cajun Dome hosts a rodeo. Reliant Stadium. I keep calling it Reliant Stadium, NRG, whatever it is.
You can't do both.
But you call it a rodeo arena. You say it's a rodeo coliseum.
But the thing is,
and it doesn't have a basketball field. You have been to more basketball arenas than me. I agree.
Bigger than Burton, Scooter. Bigger than Burton that you've been in before. Am I correct? Yes.
What?
Yes, Scooter. So that's my point. When you
not a basketball, atmosphere. I don't get it.
You've been to some of the biggest ones in the country.
Told him maybe in particular, that they don't want to play there. High school teams don't want to play there.
Well, I was actually a host to several.
We've had it for 2 years here.
They
I find it hard.
And by the way, I don't have a long history of basketball. I did officiate many games in the Cajun Dome, and I will tell you, we competed with that atmosphere.
Easy.
That the Cajun Dome, when they had the top 28, we competed with that. Great facility.
Yeah.
Great facility.
Hard to compete against.
It's hard to compete, and
There's
it is.
no
Burton
doubt.
is smaller, but we can, as we've shown, and I will tell you, we're going to go in there with the work we've done in 2 years. Think what we're going to be at next year, 2 years later.
What I think,
Final
Greg,
seconds.
in some of the comments that were made about the difference between Burton and not being a basketball arena, I think it goes back to them being in the Lake Charles Civic Center that may have given them that feel, and it's a different feel when you go to Burton. I think if the Lake Charles Civic Center would have never been there, I doubt if we'd be having this conversation right now.
That's valid. All right, Dane, we appreciate you coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Let me ask Dane one more thing.
Okay, go ahead.
It
was another point of Jim's column, and then I mean, if Lake Charles needs an arena besides the one on campus in McNeese that will be built, what would be, in your opinion, the feasibility of gutting the Civic Center main arena pretty much and start with that? I assume that would be cheaper than building one from scratch.
I don't know. The older facilities, I mean, right now with all the new codes and things, it costs a lot of money to gut big facilities like that. Sometimes you're better off on, starting from scratch.
Okay.
But look, that's a city question. I have no comment on that.
Right.
I will tell you this, throughout all this, McNeese and the parish of Burton, we work tremendously together.
Okay.
So it's been fun.
Yeah, Dane Boland from the parish, Calcasieu Parish. We appreciate you coming in. Fun conversation. All right, taking a break. We're coming right back to Jack Daniels here at Lauberge. Stay right here.
Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort, home of Sound Off 60, and Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. Round 5 with the boys coming up.
Hi, we're the Tarvers with Tarver Ford. We just finished a fantastic year in 2014, and we're so excited about everything that's going on around us. But we're not going to take your business for granted, so in 2015, we're starting out with a bang.
Falling gas prices and a booming economy in our area are making your dollars go further than ever. We have a brand new redesigned F-150, and with 0% financing available on all our new car models, a new Ford could be in your future more affordably than you might think.
So come see us today at Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business.
Get your free American Press app today. It's all at your fingertips. News, sports, advertising, entertainment, and video delivered through your Apple or Android mobile device. Capture the informative power of the American Press, Southwest Louisiana's premier source for news and advertising. Get your American Press app today. Download it for free through your iTunes or App Store. You'll love the look and feel of our newest digital offering. The app flawlessly delivers the local news most important to you in a new, striking layout. Get your American Press app today.
We know it takes 21 days to brew a beer with the perfect balance of lightness and taste, because that's how long it takes to brew our beer. It's Miller time.
All right, welcome back to Jack Daniels at lovely Lauberge Casino. Want to remind you folks, here at Jack Daniels, every Monday, burgers, beer, and Jack, great gourmet hamburger special on the menu with the beer and Jack. Great stuff to get you pumped up for a Monday night, kick off your week. All right, what else is on your mind?
Okay. You were talking about, I've been to a lot of places.
You have?
I mean, basketball arenas. Hugh Durham, one of my all-time favorites, when he was at Georgia, used to complain, it's SEC school.
Yeah.
Used to complain as soon as the season was over. It was scheduled every year, which is a big time for recruiting.
Yeah.
His basketball arena was used for a rodeo for the next 2 weeks.
See there,
when he's trying to show, he said,
how are you going to recruit?
You have to go show recruits the arena. You walk out there and it's filled with dirt and cow manure.
Yep. Can't beat the rodeo.
How are you going to recruit against that?
Can't beat a rodeo.
Oh my goodness,
Speaking of staying on the basketball,
my goodness.
One of the big upsets. There were a few in the first round.
Yeah.
I think Georgia State. Winning in the first round. What a story.
Yeah.
The coach, Ron Hunter, I think his
pulled
name is.
Pulled his Achilles or something?
Yes, celebrate.
He did
something.
Again.
Yeah, he did
they
something.
Were saying, did you see it was a mock-up Photoshop deal. And, and he was in a full body cast. And it says, when they make the Final Four,
I'm going to look at my bracket
That's
here.
That's too funny, Scooter.
He upset who in the first round? Help me out, Hobbs.
He slipped and fell, man. He fell pretty hard.
14 against number 3.
That's he slipped and fell pretty hard,
UAB was a 14 seed, and they won a first round. But Georgia State, I mean, everybody heard of UAB.
Yeah.
Georgia State, Ron Hunter, he watched his kid shoot a three-pointer the last second to win again. And
that was pretty cool.
Then I caught his last.
That was pretty cool.
Last
I mean, Georgia State is in the entire campus, I think, is in one big building
It's-
downtown Atlanta.
It's just a great story, but
It is.
his final press conference, one they lost in the second
Yeah.
round to Xavier, who is one of my kind of semi-dark horses. But I started crying, and his son
Yeah.
was up there, and
Yeah.
just the joy of a father being able to coach his son.
That is
and
pretty neat, man.
Arm around his son,
That's
just
cool.
saying how he loves this
Well,
boy.
that's
I mean,
what's
it's
great
just
about
that's
the
the story about
That
the
is. That's the
NCAA.
story, Rick. I agree.
That's really one
I
of the
totally
great
agree.
stories.
That's
And,
what
you
it's
know,
all
look,
about.
the big boys are still in it.
Yeah.
If we go into Sweet 16,
Yeah.
the Kentuckys, the North
Yeah.
Carolina, the Duke, Villanova's out.
Yeah.
Virginia's
Arizona, Virginia's out too.
Virginia's
That was
out.
that was a bit of surprise.
I mean, guys,
to me.
when you look at it, and I mean, I know
Notre
we talked
Dame,
about them before.
Notre Dame.
Can you honestly say that when you look at Kentucky and say that you could, on any given night, any team can be beaten, but with the amount
I
of
have
talent,
softened my stance.
Arizona.
with the amount of talent,
Arizona.
I don't know, Rick.
Watch Arizona.
Me is this the only problem? That's this Wisconsin team.
Yeah.
Those guys shoot the lights out.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
if they have one of those nights where they shoot the lights out, you
but
know,
look, if Duke,
who would they?
Well,
meet
if they
Kentucky?
go like I
It'd
think
be-
they're going to go, it's going to be Wisconsin and Arizona in the lower
Really?
half of that bracket. But
Yeah.
you know,
But good grief. You know, turn it to football, or let me compare this to football. It kind of reinforces that. I mean, the NCAA tournament is great, and everybody says, yeah, can you imagine if that was football? I really and truly, though, I enjoyed watching the first weekend of the what little I could see
yeah,
while I was covering it. But it was. The games were enjoyable. I couldn't watch the regular season, though.
well, it's because the excitement, Scooter. March
Well,
Madness.
no, it didn't matter.
It's the excitement because you know what?
It didn't matter.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what
Do
makes
you
it.
want that in football?
Here we
where LSU,
we're not gonna go there.
Alabama doesn't really matter?
and we're not going to go
I don't
there.
know about that,
We're not gonna
Scooter.
go there.
I don't
We're not
know
going to go
about
there.
that,
It's for another
Scooter.
show.
I don't know about
Need
that,
more
Scooter.
time for that. Before we go into the break, the NFL owners are meeting in Arizona, I believe. They got some quirky stuff on the table. Blackouts are going to be suspended next year. I did hear that. No more blackouts.
Yeah.
Guys, I
There's
really, you know what I
not a
think?
need for that.
NFL on-site stadium attendance, they keep talking about it might be up or
Yeah.
whatever. They've got some markets that are soft.
Yeah.
And Jacksonville, we know, is one of them.
Yeah.
Those stadiums are not always filled.
No.
70-inch TVs.
It's gonna be like you're
Denver's
there.
got.
It's going to be like you
Kinda
there.
makes you there. But what's this rule that you're hearing quickly about? You go for a two-point conversion. Go explain it. What are you hearing?
Well, I forgot what this was.
This is a proposal.
That is going to be tossed out.
Yeah, I know, but it's a thought.
But they're not going to even kick.
A PAT.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a proposal.
7-point touchdown.
Yeah.
There you go.
Which everybody's going to vote down.
Yeah, you want them to
It's
kick
so screwed.
because that's
You
the
don't
thing.
kick. They give you 7 points for a touchdown.
Yeah.
But if you want to go for 2, you can.
Yeah.
But if you miss it, they take a point
Take a
off.
point off.
Yeah.
Can you imagine taking a point off?
That's
Can you-
crazy.
that's
And I'm going to
crazy.
leave you with
That's
this.
crazy.
Robert, I think
That's
it's
crazy, man.
Robert
Okay, that's
Irsay,
crazy.
Robert Irsay Jr., owner of the Colts.
Yeah.
All right, he might have been tip of
Yeah,
that
that's
bottle.
crazy.
Here's his idea. I'm
never want to take points off the board. Never.
His idea from the Colts was, you get the 2-point conversion. If you make a 2-point conversion, it gives you the right to back it up to a 50-yard field goal. If you make it, you get another 2.
Yeah.
No, 1.
No, 2.
2.
It's 2.
That's a 4-point.
A 50-yard
That's
field
a
goal.
4-point play.
He wants
That
a
would
4-point
be
That's a
10
4-point
points. No,
play?
I thought they only got to 9. I thought
No,
they
no,
only
no.
got 1 point.
Read it again.
But the thing
With
is,
a 50-yard.
I'm
Can
totally,
you-
I'm totally against scoring a touchdown and getting 7.
Leave
You've got to
it
kick the extra
alone.
point. You've got to
Leave
kick
it
it.
alone.
They're
There's
not
nothing
gonna
wrong.
kick it.
I
They're not
know
gonna
that.
do it.
I'm
You
just
gotta
talking
kick
about
it.
crazy
Maybe
ideas.
some,
No doubt about
some
it.
year down the road, people. I don't think the fans are ready for that radical
Look,
of a change.
Leave it alone.
Look, if that's the case,
I mean, that sounds like
Look,
arena league.
I know.
this is how it works.
XFL.
If that's the case, kickers would be the most high-paid players on the team.
You're right about that.
Okay.
Out of time.
Yeah.
Some of the
Need
wise
extra
guys
points.
coming next.
Yeah, but not to kick that 50-yard field goal.
Sound Off 60 is presented by Tarver Ford Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. And by Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort.
Hi, we're the Tarvers with Tarver Ford. We just finished a fantastic year in 2014, and we're so excited about everything that's going on around us. But we're not going to take your business for granted, so in 2015, we're starting out with a bang.
Falling gas prices and a booming economy in our area are making your dollars go further than ever. We have a brand new redesigned F-150, and with 0% financing available on all our new car models, a new Ford could be in your future more affordably than you might think.
So come see us today at Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business.
On or off the field, training and experience matter. As a board-certified and fellowship-trained surgeon, Dr. Brett Cassio has the training and experience to help you get back in the game. Award-winning research, the latest orthopedic techniques, right here at home. Cassio Sports Medicine.
What is it about Luxair cooling products that deliver the comfort you've been wishing for? Is it their energy-saving performance? Those super cozy moments with loved ones? Or perhaps it's that great feeling you get in helping those wishing for a little comfort of their own. For over a decade, we've been helping deliver hope, strength, and joy to Make-A-Wish children and families at a time when they need it most. Find out how Luxair home comfort products will make you feel really good this season. Luxair, the comfort you've been wishing for.
All right, welcome back to Jack Daniels at Lauberge Casino. The lovely ladies are here. It's Lakin and Jamie. Time to stump the wise guys. We are ready and pumped. The bell is working.
We are ready.
Jamie is up first.
All right, who are the last 3 NCAA basketball champions?
I know one for sure. It's got to be Kentucky.
And Louisville.
Louisville.
Remember the
That's
kid who
it.
broke his
Ring
leg.
the bell. Ring the bell. That is it.
Did we get it?
Great job. Yes.
Okay.
Kentucky, you like Kentucky with Dale Earnhardt?
Yeah, they win it all.
Kentucky.
All right, Jamie.
Easy. Scooter.
Name the top 4 all-time head coaches with the most NCAA basketball tournament career victories.
All-time tournament career.
All-time?
All-time.
Tournament, no, it's tournament. That's
Mike
tournament.
Krzyzewski, Mike K from Duke. Been there.
Krzyzewski, Dean
Kansas,
Smith.
the coach from
Dean
Kansas.
Smith. No.
Dean Smith,
Really?
Krzyzewski.
Roy Williams just tied him,
the
though. Roy,
tournament.
Roy Williams and Jim Boeheim. Syracuse. I mean, anybody who's 70
Ring the
years
bell.
old.
She's saying yes.
Wouldn't that be?
Ring the bell. She's saying
I
yes.
don't know.
Next.
The most I guess
I don't know.
there weren't
Didn't
as
play
many
him in a
rounds.
game.
There weren't
Okay.
as many
All right,
rounds.
Next
Lakin.
question. Here we go.
Okay, only one college head coach has guided 3 different programs to the Final Four. Who is the name and what 3 schools?
All right,
Whoa.
Calipari.
Calipari? Is that him?
Ooh, wow.
Scooter said that like he was pretty sure.
Patino, dude. Patino.
3 teams with 3 championships.
Yeah, Patino. Louisville, he won
Rick?
it. He won it at Kentucky, and the third one, it's
Providence?
Providence. Final Four, not a
yeah.
championship.
Oh, we right.
She said Final
Yeah,
Four. Is that
Providence.
right?
Ring the bell.
You're
Yeah.
right. I was
We on the
thinking
road.
Calipari is just
All
UMass
right, all
and maybe
right.
Kentucky, maybe.
Memphis.
Maybe. Yeah. Maybe.
Okay.
Well, UMass though maybe didn't get to the Final Four. All right, Lakin.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Already. There are only 4 active head coaches that have won at least 2 NCAA tournament championships. Who are they?
2.
4 active coaches with 2 titles. 4 active. Patino.
Krzyzewski. Patino.
Mike K. Patino. Active.
coaches.
Active.
Boeheim only won 1, didn't
Okay. Krzyzewski, Patino.
he? Calipari's only won 1.
Billy Donovan.
How about what's
Florida.
his name? Yeah,
Florida.
yeah.
Billy Donovan.
SEC.
Everybody.
You got 3
Yeah.
of them.
Izzo? No, they only won 1.
No,
I think.
no.
Who could the 4th one be?
Roy Williams.
Roy Williams?
He won it at UC.
He
North
said
Carolina
yes,
and
Roy
Kansas.
Williams it is.
Oh, he had the one at Kansas.
Is that
Roy
right? Did we
Williams,
get it?
yes.
Did we get it? Did we get it?
Roy Williams. Did we
Did we
get
get it? We got it.
Man, we
All
were
right.
good tonight.
Excellent, ladies.
Good,
We
man. Those were
appreciate
some
it.
tough ones, too.
Lakin
Ladies,
and
thank y'all so
Jamie.
much.
How much time
That
do we
was
have
some
left?
tough ones.
We have we got a minute left? We got 1 minute
minute.
left. All right, story I got to talk about.
Okay.
Chris Borland. Big story in the NFL. Rookie year, 49er linebacker, 24 years old.
Yeah.
Fear over health issues, head trauma.
Yeah.
Gives money back. Gives a percentage of his signings back to the 49ers. He retires.
Yeah.
Interesting story,
That is
guys.
interesting.
I mean,
That is
he's
very
an
interesting.
Undersized
you know,
That
linebacker.
is.
When this story broke, I really could not. I kind of like
This is interesting.
saw it out the corner of my eye.
I know. Think about it.
And I really don't have a big opinion. Do you think There's just too much money there for people to walk away.
But here's a guy who's obviously well educated, and he looked into it,
saying.
and the risk reward. He's going to go on and do something else with
if
his
that's
life.
the way he feels, more power to him.
More power to him. Kudos to him.
Just because you're good enough to play in the NFL that you have to play.
Exactly right. I mean, some other names that Jake Locker hung it up early. Of course, he's been injured a lot.
Yeah.
I didn't realize this, but Maurice Jones-Drew, 29 years old, retires. So, it's a little bit of a mini move. We'll see. Had to throw that out there. Talented guy.
Very talented.
24 and after 1 year. Rookie
Had
year.
enough.
Great show. A-game, guys. We'll do it all again next time,
Glad to be here.
everybody.
Sound Off 60 is presented by Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. And by Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort. Sound Off 60 airs on Suddenlink Cable Channel 60 Monday through Sunday nights, 9 p.m. and again Saturday and Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Sound Off 60 also airs throughout the week on Communicom Cable Channel 6 at 9 p.m. across Southwest Louisiana. Check your local listings. Post your questions and comments for the boys and access our website links at soundoff60.com.